go.
Ooh, Gala. Hello, guys. So, we're picking up right where we left off with this little event here, this special project. So this is the second video for this little Stellaris series. Now, so far, I'm kind of still trying to get into a content upload schedule that I feel comfortable with. I'm thinking that when I have a series I'm doing like this, where I'm uploading, one of these videos regularly, I'll upload another video, whether that's a review, whether that's a video like that Kickstarter video I put out yesterday, or something else. I'll upload one of those, one day, and then the next day it'll be this video, and the third day it'd be another review, another whatever, then the fourth day it'd be another Stellaris video. So it would be like one day on, one day off kind of a thing. So that's what I'm gonna kind of try to shoot for there. Have a little update to this archaeological site right here, where it lets you know some more information about the bowel organism. Man, some of these names are kind of funny. But yeah, and I think that might work out really well for me, because it'll be something that's a little bit more regular, and it'll be something that is a little bit easier for me to keep track of. Once I get into the habit of doing this every day, I'll have a much more regular upload schedule, and you guys can expect more on that. You won't have to worry like where I just randomly go dark for like 3 or 4 days like that and I don't upload anything. All that happens, I lose track of time. I get really stressed out from my job, and so over the weekend I kind of relax maybe a little bit too much. That kind of sounds weird, like how can you relax too much over the weekend? But even on your days off, you do have to get stuff done. If you don't do that, you're never gonna get anywhere. So but yeah, over time I'm hoping to acquire a bit of a better, more regular, more stable upload schedule, and this is gonna be one of the main parts of it. I also saw a comment from somebody else asking if I would ever do modded gameplay. I think they deleted their comment because I looked for it and I couldn't find it on any of the videos or on my channel or anything. But to whoever asked for that, yes, I do plan on doing modded content for Stellaris at some point. It just depends on how well my channel does, and how well the Stellaris videos do and stuff like that. I like making these videos, but I mean, I can do these for other games. I can do the same kind of post commentary thing for other games. And so if I had like no views on Stellaris, I would think people don't really want to watch that. I would think a little bit like less about doing it, but it seems so far like people like the Stellaris videos from what I can tell, so I'm gonna do that. So I've just been talking for a minute or two here while these first few minutes play out on screen. Not too much is happening. The early game Stellaris tends to be fairly slow, which I like because it's very calm and chill. It'll pick up a little bit here in the mid game. Oh yeah, this was the point in the game where I discovered my first other civilization. They were spiritual seekers, so this means these are the first people we're going to wipe out when we go on our galaxy-wide genocide to purge the unclean from existence, so that they no longer muddy all of the nearby stars with their filth. And so these people would be the first people we wipe out. Now, because I'm on captain, they're not going to be pushovers, so I'm probably going to have to do what I said, where I'm going to try to expand a few times and then do an economic boom and just make a huge army, a huge military, and then just start taking over all of my nearby opponents. That's still the plan, and that is what I'm going to do. And so we finish this little archaeological chain here. We fully excavate the site, and we get an event. We get the bowel event chain, where we gotta find a little colony, and that's really cool. There is one thing I wanted to mention though. It just came to my mind when watching this footage playing back. Does anyone else feel, especially once you get to like the mid game, there's like so many special projects and events. It starts to get hard to keep track of all of them. I know like frequently when I play Stellaris, I have events and special projects that'll just sit there. Like anything that requires like active research or that I have to go do, like especially like event chains or special projects, like they'll sit there sometimes for like a long time before I get to them, and it's just because there's like a lot to do. There's a lot to keep track of, and sometimes things just get sort of left behind. And you have to kind of pick and choose what you're gonna do. So right there, I started colonizing my first planet. The governor got changed or whatever. The person got elected. It was the old governor. Got elected as like the chairman or the whatever the hell, like the president or whatever of the Interstellar Empire. So that means the governor of Earth want to be governor of all of, you know, human space instead of just Earth. So now I had to put a new Earth governor. Oh yeah, here you can do. This is a kind of like a habit I have. Probably not really technically efficient, but I like to build districts like that. Even though I only have one or two missing pops or whatever, I like to build districts like that, just so that I don't have to go back and build another one and build another one. Like, I hate that kind of like checking behavior. That is one change to 2.2 that I don't necessarily really like. Is it actually feels like it's caused more of that kind of gameplay where you got to constantly check on your planets rather than less. I kind of hope they find a way to scale that back a bit. I personally would appreciate it. Oh yeah, so that so this event right here, yeah, it's actually nice. It gives you some progress towards super solid materials, which is really good, and it gives you the research option, super solid materials, so you could just let it sit, and you could take it when you want. I really like events and special projects that give you that. It's kind of underestimated in my opinion, because having like a guaranteed tech option like that is really powerful, depending on what tech it is, especially if you get like certain techs and you can, you know, have them like at your leisure. It can help you a lot because it helps with the natural RNG of the Stellaris tech tree, and so it kind of like negates that, which I think is strong. It's like, pretty strong. So then, you know, they get to the planet and, you know, the little bow colony, they all died out. It's really sad. Aww. So they all died out, and yeah, that little boop there. Someone messaged me on Steam while I was recording this, and so then I have to. Then I had to really quickly like cut because I thought like it would play, but it didn't play. Those little clicks right there that you heard were just that was just me switching to the second clip. Yeah, I thought that the message would show up on screen, but it didn't, which is good because now I don't have to worry about that when I record feature clips. So, my plans for this game. I'm not really certain about what kind of ascension perks I'm gonna take. I was thinking about taking the research speed ascension perk, especially because they give it a minor buff where it gives a better chance to have rare technologies. That makes it better than it was. I mean, it was already good because it was 10% increased research speed, and that's already really powerful, but it's also kind of like a boring ascension perk if you think about it, in my opinion, because it's one of those ascension perks that it's really good, but it's just a passive and there's no active decisions. You're just like, it's just numbers, you know, you're just buffing your numbers. So I don't know exactly what other ascension perks I'm going to go. I'm probably going to end up taking the research one at some point, more likely than not. But as for the other picks, I'm not certain yet. That's one thing I like about mods, and one thing that I'll be sure to put in a modded playthrough if I ever do one, is when I play mods with my friends, I usually use like a huge number of mods, like at least like 20 or 30 or more. But specifically, one of the mods I use is a traditions and ascension perks, like huge extension where you have like 30 ascension trees or 30 tradition trees and like a million ascension perks. It's like ridiculous, and like I enjoy that. So right here, yeah, I end up taking technological ascendancy. I remember now. You know, this was recorded like a while ago, so I had to remember. But yeah, I ended up taking it. It probably is just like one of the strongest, earliest perks to take, but I just personally think it's a little bit boring. So maybe, you know, in other playthroughs I won't do that. But especially when you have like an ascension perk list like that, to me it almost feels bare bones because I'm so used to playing with that mod that it gives you like so many more choices. It feels somewhat bare bones to me, but that's the best one there, and I'm probably just gonna take that one. And after that, I might get when I record more sessions of this in the future, I might pick up the reduced influence when you make star bases and take systems, because that's really good for playing wide. Or I might take the enigmatic engineering. That's really good if you're wide and you have like a lot of like weak spots along your borders and people want to attack at different areas. It gives you more time to move fleets around if you have like smaller response fleets to little people trying to like pick away at you, essentially. But yeah. So I'm just looking at the score here for a second. They're like slightly above me, but once I take a couple of empires, I'm sure like I probably could even sit back and just get a score victory, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go for the you know, the little conquest domination victory or whatever, where you just wipe everybody out. You are the only player on the board left, so you win by default. That is what I'm going for here. And yeah, I had to do a bit of little resource micromanaging here, where I was just like buying and selling some stuff, because not only did I want to colonize again right away and not wait, but I was having for a little while I was having negatives on my consumer goods, just because you can see right there again, I'm having negatives on my consumer goods, just because when your population goes up and when you build extra stuff and when you change things, you're gonna have that. But that's just part of the game. I feel like you shouldn't always even necessarily shoot for having positives on all your resources. I mean, it's good to have all your resources positive, but especially in the early game when you have to pick and choose, it's better to just try to snowball as fast and as hard as you can, and just like let things that don't matter as much, like energy and consumer goods, just let them sit. Like, you think about it, things like energy and consumer goods, that's just like, unless you need to buy a scientist or you need to pop, like right there, you need to pop like a campaign. Energy is just there so you can buy stuff to the market. And in a lot of ways, minerals is somewhat similar, except you can buy buildings, with minerals, and you can make mining stations and research stations with minerals, so it's not as applicable. But really, you want to be trading things like energy and consumer goods so you can buy more alloys and buy more minerals and stuff like that, and just snowball faster. Yeah, these first few parts are probably going to be pretty slow, but I mean, I personally don't mind that. I think I'm just gonna kind of play at a chill pace and just let things go how they're willing to. So I'm gonna start recording this for 15 minutes every session, and I'm just gonna try to make 15-minute videos out of this. So that's what you guys can expect next time, and I'm gonna try to start releasing this every other day if I can. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and hopefully things will start to heat up soon. Thank you. See you guys later.